What's up? It's Miracle J the Prophet here to share a secret to life, and this is to help my main audience that I'll be speaking to in this video are people with traumatic brain injuries. So, traumatic brain injury survivors, they like to call themselves survivors. I live off a code that say I survive, adapt, and thrive in any situation that I'm in. No matter what it is, I survive, I adapt to the new situation, and I thrive. So I don't consider myself a TBI survivor. I consider myself a TBI thriver. And this is a community that I'm gonna create, and that I'm gonna change the culture for sure, 100%. Just give me time, give me time, and I have everybody feeling powerful. Cause right now that's not it. That's not it when I go into the traumatic brain injury survivor community. I don't feel power. But I'm here to change that. I'm the person to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. So here's an idea to work with. To better your life, to help you feel more power, you have to take on this idea of frames. If you control the frames in your life, you have much more control over your life and the mood of these events of your life. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've been a person who, with my traumatic brain injury, thought that it was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life, and now I'm someone who thinks that it's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And believe it or not, you could feel the same way. And how is this? What's this idea? What's this secret? It's frame control. What is a frame? A frame is the bigger perspective. You have a picture. The picture can be the actual situation, and then you have the frame that the picture is in. And that frame is the overall tone of the situation. So how was I when I thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me? What was my thinking? Wow, I lost my ability to walk normal. I lost my ability to move around as freely. I've lost some mobility. My brain is different. My cognitive functions aren't the same. I missed out. I missed out. I'm screwed. This is horrible. I have to start from scratch. What is my thinking now that some time has gone by? How do I frame it now? This is the best thing that ever happened to me. I've gained so much strength from having to overcome such a challenge that average people in this world will never have to face and never know what it's like to have walked before, to have played basketball, to have skateboarded, to have done all sorts of things, and then lose it all, to have to rebuild from scratch. It's like pressing reset on a video game. You ever played a video game and then maybe somebody had a power surge or somebody tripped over the game system, hit reset, and you didn't save. You didn't save the game, so you have to start all the way over. That's what it felt like. But I see the power in it. I've met some very, very powerful people that I wouldn't have met if it wasn't for me having a brain injury. I have a new perspective on life that I wouldn't have if it wasn't for that brain injury. I've been paid to speak at events because of having a traumatic brain injury. So much has come out of it. People see me as a much more valuable person because I've had that experience. They see the strength in it. So how do you want to frame this whole thing? Do you want to be a victim? Because that's a frame. Or do you want to be a hero? That's also a frame. Do you want to be a motivator? That's a frame. Do you want to be average? That's also a frame. There's an infinite possibility of frames that you could take on. Do you want to be a warrior? That's a frame. It's also one of my personal frames. I am a warrior. What do you want to be? Decide. Take on that frame and see through that lens. This isn't just for people with traumatic brain injuries. This is for anybody in life. whenever you experience something, any type of hardship, something disappointing, something that didn't go your way, you can always frame it in a powerful way and gain strength from it. And if you ask me, that's always the better option. So this is called frame control. Take this idea, try it out for yourself. Never just take my word, and run with it and see how your life will change when you take over the frames in your life and stop taking on the frame that is popular or that anyone else will put on your life. It's Miracle J the Prophet. See you next time.